Welcome to the channel. This is where we talk food, faith, beauty, and relationships. And I want to share my journey, my weight loss journey. I am having the gastric bypass weight loss surgery on November 10th. This is my 4th day on my liquid diet. I haven't been really good about it. So usually I start my day with a Premier shake. I don't know if you can see, but everybody's familiar with the Premier shakes, right? This is the cafe latte because I've started to get into coffee recently. So this is like a good way to kind of get that flavor, but getting 30 grams of protein. I've been told that I should have, told by the dietitian that I should have 60 grams per day, women in general, of protein. So I usually start my day with a Premier protein shake. And then I've been cheating. So I'll do like a salad. I've made I make my own salad dressing, and I've added like a little crispy chicken sandwich, but you know. And then I usually end the day with the protein shake. So the liquid diet, you can have popsicles, jello, like broth, shakes. I think there's a jello. I've already said jello. So these are the things you can have while on the liquid diet. And so again, I am having the gastric bypass. So I took some notes. Normally I don't, I just freestyle, but I took some notes because I've done so much research. I've watched so many bloggers share their journey. And the one thing that I'm most concerned about is like extra skin, excess skin. But then I have to think about there are people who have just lost a lot of weight without having the surgery and they have excess skin as well. So I've learned the main thing is to make sure I'm getting protein, taking my bariatric multivitamins, which I will have to take for the rest of my life. Because the way that my body will absorb nutrients and things will require me to have bariatric multivitamins, which are a little bit more stronger than regular like women's one a day. So let's kind of get into it. So I'm 41. I know I look like I'm 18, but I'm 41. And I am having, again, my procedure done on November 10th here in St. Louis at DePaul Hospital. They have really, really, really good reviews. And initially I wanted to have the sleeve. I had every intention on getting the sleeve. That's where they cut 80% of your belly, and then you're left with what appears to be like a sleeve or looks like a sleeve. And I thought that would be the least invasive. It just seems more manageable because I've struggled with this journey. I've started this journey like in 2015, and then I was like, no, I can do this myself because I really do know how to eat right, but my portions are big. And I eat a lot of sweets, and I'm used to do a lot of drinking. So excessive drinking, a lot of sweets, healthy food choices, but large portions, and just not really active. Most of the things that I do require me to be stationary, so I'm not really burning the calories, and then you don't have the energy to like go and work out. That's all part of it, right? So then I tried it again like in 2018, but then I was like, no, I can lose the weight on my own. I know how to eat right. I know how to take care of my body. I wanted to feel like I'm responsible for this weight loss, right? This journey. But then, I turned 41. I'm like, if I haven't done it in all this time, it's probably time to like phone a friend and consider a weight loss surgery. So officially again, November 10th, I am very excited about it. So let's go back to me initially wanting to get the gastric sleeve. It's least invasive. So I had a very strong opinion about having the gastric bypass. I didn't want to do it because it requires you to cut your stomach, but it remains in your body, right? But they seal it off, and then you now have this little pouch. Okay, so here's a picture. With the gastric bypass, the surgeon cuts off a part of the stomach and reroute part of the small intestine. So it allows food to be redirected, bypassing most of the stomach and the first section of the small intestine. As a result, less food is needed to feel full, and so ultimately that will reduce how much food you take in. So right now, most of us who are, morbidly obese, our stomach is the size of a football. And so that's a lot of food that you have to eat in order to fill that up. Well, not smaller football, like a deflated football, right? So that's more food that you have to eat to fulfill, to feel full. So when they cut off, this, 80% of the stomach, again, you don't have this pouch. The stomach just remains like floating in your body. Well, that's probably not the best scientific way or medical way to explain it, but it's there in the body. And then, like I said, the food reroutes to the lower intestines from the pouch. So it's just more invasive. And I was like, okay, if I have to get this, I'm not doing this. So because I have acid reflux, the doctor recommended that I have the gastric bypass surgery. She said, because if I get the gastric sleeve, I'll probably have to come back to have the gastric bypass. Because it could cause my acid reflux to be, more severe. And I never believe what people say. I just don't. So I had to get this endoscopy completed. And this is where they put a camera down your throat and you have to go under. And they gave me propofol. And so the procedure didn't take very long, but the purpose of it was to determine how bad my acid reflux is and to determine which procedure I'll need. So when I got it from the surgery, the surgeon was like, oh, you need the gastric bypass. I'm like, no. I'm like barely awake, barely lucid. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not. I mean, I didn't, and I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I was like, no, I don't think it's that bad. Because normally I take like a Nexium every day to reduce the acid reflux. She was like, yeah, but it is. I'm like, I don't think so. And she's like, we'll talk about it when you're, really like awake. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that. That's what I was thinking at that point. And then when she walked away, I felt like, oh, I hope I didn't come across like disrespectful. And so I asked the nurse if it came across the wrong way. And he was like, no, it was fine. So anyway, I go home, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, again, November 10th, I'm super excited. I noticed people have changed. Like your friends are okay with you being creative. They're okay with you being pretty. They're okay with you being fun and smart and all of that good stuff. But when you start talking about losing weight, I've noticed like a shift in tones, but I'll talk more about that because I'm still kind of at the beginning stages. But I've noticed just a shift in tones. It's like, I don't know, because I don't think that way about people. I don't feel jealous or competitive with other people, but I've noticed a difference in the tone, so I'm curious to really talk more about that because I've heard people say that people will be different. A good friend of mine said people are going to treat you different when you lose this weight. So I'm just very curious to know how this will play out. So let's take a look again. I guess that is everything for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I plan to make a video every day, God willing, every day, just sharing kind of like what I'm dealing with. So today, remember, this is day 4. And I forgot to mention that when I went to my pre-op appointments, I was given this, which is just an antiseptic. It's just like Hibiclin. You can buy Hibiclin, in the local store. Walmart is usually in the blue container and usually has a red liquid. But this is meant for me to shower with the night before. They said to change your sheets, like wash your hair, everything, get nice and clean. And then the next morning, I'm supposed to rub it over my stomach to just clean my stomach area. And they said not to shave because that could cause like little nicks and cuts when I have the surgery. And then I was also given this at the appointment. This is what I'll need to blow into before I'm able to leave the surgery. So this is attached to somewhere right here, I believe. And then I'll have to like blow into this. and this has to be able to like float, all of that good stuff. So I'll discuss more of that, and thank you for watching.